स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Advice to householders. Sri Ramakrishna is telling the various stages of evolution, from Pravartaka to Sadhaka to Siddha, and the Siddha of the Siddhas, who has attained absolute perfection. In and through all this, he is proving and establishing the God exists. God can be seen, can be experienced, and by that you are transcending the nature in which we are all imprisoned. So you'll be transcending this nature, entire nature, forever, and entering into a transcendental realm where you have eternal peace, eternal bliss, eternal love. And this bliss, peace, love is not relative but absolute and ultimate. It is ocean of bliss, peace and love in which you will be floating, immersed, one with it. So never again to experience any kind of bondage or suffering. Here within the nature, momentary pleasures are there. There is no eternal happiness, not even happiness. Anityam sukham lokam imam prapsya bhajasvama. Sri Krishna says, Anityam sukham lokam. Sukha is not here. Sukha is only a bhranti here. We think there is happiness and keep running lives after lives. And this whole millions of lives, or we don't know how many lives we have traveled through, and this cannot be exhausted in one life. And the only path is to surrender to God and go beyond. That's why after telling whole of Bhagavad Gita, all types of yoga, even after giving the Vishwarupa Darshana to Arjuna, the cosmic form of his, even after showing that, finally he comes and tells Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Give up all things I have told you. What all I am expecting you to do or telling you to do. What are the various paths, this, that, everything I have told you. Jnana, karma, so many bhakti yoga, Purushottam yoga, all this I have told you. 17 chapters out of the 16 chapters he has completed his own telling. First chapter is Arjuna's talk. And in the 18th chapters coming last, he says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Giving up all things that I have told you, all this period of telling, explain to you every bit of this creation. What is Prakriti? What is Jiva? What is the beyond, the eternal being? Everything I have told you. But the load of karma and vasana that you have passed through, lives after lives, it cannot be erased in one life. And we do not know whether we will be able to shut down that at all forever. So last he says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Raja Ahantva Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishyami Ma Shucha. I will release you from all these bonds of the Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mame. What all is to be done, I will do for you. Give up all those things. Give up your ego. Give up your this one. And Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishyami. I will release you from Papa means not only sin, all that causes bondage, even good karmas, if they are going to bind, then it is as good as Papa Punya. There won't be difference when it comes to the karma. So whatever binds you, your soul, all that I will release you from. That is Sureshwaracharya commenting on Bhagavad Gita's Shankara Bhashya, coming to the shloka, he stands aside from Shankaracharya and says, this is an independent path. There is no other alternative for this. Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Instant mukti, he says. The moment you surrender yourself entirely at the feet of God, unconditionally forever, you are in the realm beyond. You are the Atma Swarupa. You are the Bhagavad Swarupa. There is no gap or anything. But to have that unconditional, total surrender of ego and my entire existence to be offered at the feet of God is a challenge which we have to train, that it doesn't want to give up that I. I want to be there and experience. I want to be that I. That I has to go. This I belongs to the Prakriti. The I of the Atman is all right. I of the Prakriti, it wants to retain. So the two together, the Chaitanya and Jada, Chijjada Granthi. And when I hold on to anything of the Prakriti, that I belongs to the Prakriti, and Chijjada Granthi is there, that Granthi doesn't break. It is a good I. It wants to experience God. But that I which wants to experience God has to be surrendered to God before he can experience God. Because Chaitanya alone can experience Chaitanya. As Atman, you can experience the Brahman. And they are one and the same, which can merge in the other. So here we see that to give ourselves, but it is not impossible. It is possible. That's why the two terms that are used in Bhagavad Gita, one is Gudakesha, other is Rishikesha. We see that in case of Gudakesha, Krishna addresses Arjuna as Gudakesha, the one who has come out from tamas. Guda means Gudaka is sleep, tamas. It is very sweet when the alarm rings. They put this, go on putting on the snooze, because it is so pleasant to get up from the sleep, and they continue to sleep even after getting up. That tendency goes on. So to come out of that tamas, to come out of that sleep is very difficult. From ancient times, one thing that has obstructed the path of yoga for almost all people is tamas. Revered Tapasyananji Maharaj used to tell us, but for Nidra, most of the people would have entered into Samadhi Sthiti. And that is one of the most important obstruction, because the moment we are accustomed to think and live, constant mind will be acting. The moment you try to suppress the thoughts, the natural tendency we have an alternative is to enter into sleep. So it doesn't allow to go to higher level of consciousness. It makes you try to make you unconscious. Think of this world, go on doing chinta, going on thinking of this world, this happened, that happened, I will do like this, I will do like that. All these worldly thoughts, thoughts of this world, thoughts of activity, thoughts of losses and gains, profits, and these things will keep his mind awake and get involved in the world. The moment these thoughts are suppressed, the natural tendency is to enter into sleep, because to sleep we avoid all thinking of the world. When we are away from the thoughts of the world, we sleep. From childhood, we have got accustomed to only these two states. Waking begins with thinking, and thinking is suppressed, we enter into sleep. And this is the major, means the important obstruction to yoga. And there is rajas and sattva to be transcended, because the realization is trigunatita. And Arjuna has come out of this tamas. He has transcended the tamas. He is possessed by rajas now. And from rajas he has to go to sattva. From sattva he has to go to nitya sattvastha, niryoga kshema atmavan. So Krishna is taking him stage by stage to that state. So here we see, then Arjuna addresses Sri Krishna as Rishikesha. In case of Rishikesha, Rishika, that Guda Kesha also, for Arjuna, when Krishna says Guda Kesha means sweet haired. Guda Kesha. And Gudaka Isha, Lord of the Gudaka is Tamas. Gudaka Isha, Guda Kesha. Guda, sweet haired. Gudaka Isha, Lord of the Tamas. He has conquered Tamas. Tamas is at his will, he can sleep, at his will he can get up. He need not sleep for number of days at a stretch. It is under his control. And here Rishikesha, if you separate, Rishi means Ananda. The one who gives Ananda to others by his hairs. From childhood, mother used to tie. Every moment, his hairs were supposed to give joy to others. Chudamani, crest jewel. And then here you see another way, Rishika Isha. Rishika is senses. Rishika Isha. When we come to this part, Rishikesha, Rishika Isha, Lord of the senses. That's why Arjuna hands over the reins of the horses to Krishna. I cannot control these senses. I cannot control myself. I cannot have my mind steady at your feet or in anything. My mind is constantly fluctuating. You control this. I am handing over this to you. The whole Ratha means bodily existence. With the five senses, here the horses, he hands over to Krishna. You lead. I cannot lead this. Neither my mind nor my senses. So study them, control them, guide me. That is seeking guidance. And the same thing. And he is the eternal charioteer. For all jivas, wherever there is life, the life part, he is living, that animal is living. The living part belongs to the Lord. Expression of Chaitanya through matter is life. Chaitanya is expressing, God is expressing through matter and has taken the Jivatva. So he is there in every life, wherever life is there, he is there as the Antaryamin. Wherever there is matter, he is there as Sutratma, pervading it. He is there. So as bodily existence, body, dead body, suppose, dead body, this is, life is there, but body is also there. Body pervading as Sutratma, and he is pervading, he resides in the body, just like I reside, the individual consciousness, the Jivatma resides. Paramatma also resides in the same body with the same fullness as the Antaryamin. As Sutratma, he is giving existence to body. As the Antaryamin, he is giving existence to the soul. The soul as capital, the Jivatma. Jivatva is Antaryamis. Sutratma is pervading the body. So in every Jiva, you will see he is the charioteer, he is the guide, he is the indweller. You will see that eternal charioteer, that Krishna is there at all times in every one of us. So this is what we see when same thing we see in the Gospel, Sri Ramakrishna. The opening shloka that we chant, Sarva Dharma Stapakastvam. Stapaka is Dharmasya. Stapaka is Dharmasya Sarva Dharma Swarupine. There we say Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Give up all dharmas. What I have told you to do, dharma is what you are expected to do. And nature expects you to do, not only me. Nyaya is law of king. Dharma is law of nature. Law of nature. It is expecting dharma. You are supposed to do certain things like this. You have got human life. You have to realize God. You have to go in the path of evolution. You have to unfold and go your dharma. But the past momentum that you have acquired life after life is not allowing to do even your dharma, what you are expected to do, what nature has given that body, because you are ready for it and you are not utilizing and you are not caring to utilize because of the past momentum. But you are ready. But past momentum is also you are carrying. The only path is to, there you see, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Here, Sarva Dharma Stapakam Swam Sarva Dharma Swarupine. Follow anything in the nature. All dharmas are coming to me. All dharmas are located in me. Sarva Dharma Stapakastvam, he is the establisher of all dharma. And also, all dharmas are included in him. Stapaka is the dharmasya. He is established of dharma. Stapaka is dharma. Sarva Dharma Swarupine. Whatever dharma is there, whatever law of nature is there, as dharma has many meanings. When Krishna says Sarva Dharman Parityaja, so many paths he has already told. Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, all this, Purushottam Yoga, all this he has told. And he is expecting each place, you must do this, you must do this, this is to be done, this is to be done. He says, give up all that. And Sri Ramakrishna, when we see, he is the repositor, he is the where all dharmas meet. Follow any dharma, I am there. Be it as mata, as a path, as a faith, as a denomination, or as a dedication to nature. Nature expects you for evolution. So many paths are there, so many ways of your own Manushya Dharma you have to follow. And all that, whatever you do as a part of Dharma, you will see me there. I am there. You may take up Christianity, Islam, any Dharma, Zoroastrian, and you see that I am there. Then take anything, serving a man, serving a helpless person, I am there. Do any act of good, I am there. Do any act of sacrifice, I am there. Any kind of sacrifice, anywhere. Any service, anywhere, I am there. So nature demands these things. That is, you must sacrifice, you must serve, you must give. Yajna dana tapa. You are doing tapas, trying to control the senses, go beyond the sense. I am there. So in Ramakrishna, this one, same thing what is there in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Ramakrishna is presenting in different ways. We saw, be fearless. Few works on the hand, you finish off, and God will reduce all the activities of yours little by little as you progress towards Him, and you will reach. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. Be fearless. Sri Ramakrishna assures. These are our small assurances that we miss. We don't try to analyze and know them in their depth. So Sri Ramakrishna is taking us to the house, giving advice to the householder. Not only you do this, these are the things existing. These are narratives, you see. It is narrative. In Bhagavad Gita also there are direct instruction, there is narrative. Many things he is explaining and going. And many direct instructions are there, many indirect instructions are there. The possibilities are there, his own promises are there. Similarly, you see here that Sri Ramakrishna is giving explaining. It's explanatory, but in and through is establishing certain truths. God does exist. He can be seen. There are people who have realized the Siddha of the Siddhas, absolutely perfect, who have transcended the nature forever and gone. They're experiencing. It is explanatory, at the same time is aiming at something else beyond. The question is, what is meant by God realization? Yam's question. And answer, you see how Sri Ramakrishna is developing. Giving all the assurances. He is giving assurance also, he is explaining also, and he is giving a possibility. You too can do, you too can do. And imperative, you have to do this. And an assurance, I am there with you. At all times I am there with you. Go ahead, go ahead. So in gospel, you must observe all these facts and figures. How did they know intimately? Siddha is one who has realized God, but Siddha of the Siddha is one who knows God intimately. How did he know the intimately? How the intimate in knowing that he can move about every corner of his existence and know him personally, be his family member, just like I know a person, he is my office mate, I have never gone to his house. I have not known his family, nothing I know about him. But he is from 40 years we are working together. We are co-workers, we know each other. We know only office colleague, he know him. He knows. He can give in writing that he is known to me for last 40 years. But how much does he know? If he goes to their house, first time he sees his family members and other things, everything is alien. It feels a foreigner there. Suppose he goes and start living in that house. The friend calls, from today you will live for some time, 3 months with me. Then when he goes and start living, he becomes so much accustomed. He will be entering into kitchen, preparing something, eating himself and feeding all others, sitting in the dining table. He becomes one with, he intimately knows now, intimately. And he can, because he is one of the family members now. So like that, how did the Siddha become Siddha of the Siddhas? That intimacy, how did he gain? Sri Ramakrishna says, love and devotion. He is loving God. Through love, he enters into inner apartments of God. Devoted to him. Devoted through devotion, he gets grace of God that from inner, I can see when he reveals himself in a particular way, I can perceive him. Revelation is necessary for perception. So when there is revelation, there is perception. And to perceive, I need some strength. I need some vision. So there are so many things expressing themselves, but we don't have capacity to see. Suppose I am blind. The whole world is there. So colorful, so beautiful world. I am blind. And he goes on expressing so many things. Oh, lightning is there. Oh, clouds are so beautiful. The scene is so beautiful. Everything is being revealed and expressed through words are expressing, but I can't see. That inner vision to see also God has to give. The Siddha, the devotion makes the God's grace to give that eyes to see, Divya Chakshu. And my love makes me enter into the inner apartments of his existence. Love and devotion. Through love, I can enter anywhere. And to understand him, to see him, to know him intimately, I need devotion. Devotion is what invokes grace. Love makes me enter into him. So through that, he acquires that intimacy by which he will become Siddha of the Siddha, absolutely perfect. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.